Hello everyone, today we're doing some notes on functions. This video is going to be covering functions when you have an equation and you need to make a table and graph it, dealing with lines. Specifically, you'll be seeing that these are lines. And also we'll be talking about basically some plug and chug stuff where you take numbers, you plug them in, you get numbers. That's what this video is covering, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, equations of functions. Functions can also be represented by an equation. And if you forgot, an equation is just something with an equal sign in the middle of it. So you'll see down here, all of these are equations. Y equals x plus 4, y equals 3/4 x minus 2. So all of these are going to be equations. Next up, the equation will generate some values. So we are going to end up with ordered pairs by taking an x value that results in a certain y value. All right, and the graph of an equation is the set of all of its ordered pairs, which often forms either a line or a curve. There's other stuff it can be, but for the most part in this class, it'll be lines. Later on, you'll see curves and absolute value things, which are like V shapes, but that's what we're doing for now. So functions. Sometimes a lot of teachers talk about the function machine, and they call it a function machine because there's some input, you put in an x value, and then a whole bunch of stuff happens, and then out plops a y value. So for us, these are going to be numbers. You're going to take a number, you're going to plug it into the function, and then you're going to get a y value. So think of it as a machine where it takes an x value to make a y value. The x value is called the independent variable. I probably spelled independent wrong, but whatever. The x value is called the independent variable because you get to pick it. That's what independent means. You know, if you're an independent person, you're working by yourself. It's independent means it stands on nothing. You choose it, so it's not depending on anything, whereas the y value is going to be the dependent variable. And that is because it depends on the value of x. All right, so here we go. Complete each table, then graph it. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to take each of these x values and plug it in here to find the y value. So right now it says x plus 4. But what this part of the table is saying is that x is -5. So if x is -5, then you're going to replace x with -5. And then there's that plus 4. And -5 plus 4 is just equal to -1. You know, you can do it by hand. Hopefully you know that. But if not, you can always double check. -5 plus 4 is going to be -1. So -1 is what goes in here. And then you do it again, but this time it says use -4. So I'm going to say x is -4 plus 4. And -4 plus 4 is 0. And we'll do it again. This time it says -2. So x is -2. So we'll have -2 plus 4. And then what is -2 plus 4? That is a positive 2. And then finally 0. 0 plus 4 is just going to be 4. Okay, now we're going to plot these points. We have done in a different lesson how to plot points. So -5, -1 is going to be, this is the negative x, this is the positive x, this is the negative y, this is the positive y. So negative x will be -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then -1, so you'll go towards the negative values of y to get right there. -4, 0, -4, 0, 1, 2, 3, -4, and then 0, so it doesn't go up or down, it just stays there. -2, 2. 1, 2, so that's -2, +2 will be up there. And then 0, 4. So 0 means you don't go anywhere, right? It just stays there. X is 0, so you stay here, and then goes up 4 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. As you can see, this is starting to form a straight line. So I'm going to go ahead and make that straight line. And that is it. We have completed the function table, and we have graphed the function. All of these are going to be lines, you'll see, but just fill in the tables and do it. This time, if you do 3/4 times -4 minus 2, once again, zoom in a little bit. You're taking -4 and you're plugging it in for x. So instead of x, you're making it a -4. So if you're doing this algebraically, there's two ways you can do this. One way is that these 4s will cancel out because this is saying 3 divided by 4 times 4. Divided by 4 times 4. Those are opposites. Dividing and multiplying are opposites. So these 4s actually cancel out. And you end up with a 3 and a negative to make -3. And then that -2 over there just comes on over. And then -3 minus 2 is -5. And this time I'll just plot it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. -4, -5. 0, luckily 0 is a pretty easy one. You have 3/4 times 0 minus 2. 0 is always easy to plug in for x because anything times 0 is just 0 again. So 3/4 times 0, there's no work I need to do. It's just going to be 0. So you end up with 0 minus 2, which is -2. So 0, -2. And then if you start to get lazy, you can always use a calculator. 3/4 and then times 4 minus 2. So I just did this, right? 3/4, the -2, but instead of x, I put a 4. And it tells me it's a +1. And then you can do the same thing, but this time, instead of 4, we want it to be 8. So I would replace 4 with 8. And this time it says 4. And you can get the values that way. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 8's going to be off the page, so I can't really graph that one, but I can connect these dots. So I'll do that. Boom, done. Like that. At this point, what I would like for you all to do is to pause this video and do the next two problems. See if you can get them, okay? Pause the video and try it. All right, this is what should have happened. When you take -2 and multiply it by 3, 3 times -2 is -6. 3 times -1 is -3. 3 times 0, 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 1 is 3. So if you did not get that, just kind of pause or rewind. Just know that all of these things, if you multiply it by 3, that's what you get. 3 times -2, 3 times -1. And then you graph these points. And you get that. For this one right here, I'm going to do the 0 first because it's easiest. If you plug in 0 for x, then this times 0 is just 0. So you would get 0 plus 2, which is 2. Oops. I said I was going to do 0, and then I wrote it there instead. Woo. Okay. Negative 3 halves. I'll do my little cheat things there. Okay. So negative 3 halves times x plus 2. In this case, x is negative 2, so I'll put negative 2 and then plus 2. That should be right. Negative 3 halves, the x is negative 2, and then plus 2. Okay, good. So it says it's 5. And then I'll do the same thing, but this time I want it to be positive 2 for my table. I'll do the same thing again, but this time I want it to be a positive 4. And there you go. So that's the table. I did it with negative 2, I did it with positive 2, I did it with positive 4. And those are the numbers I got. I could have done it with the 0 as well. And you can see I get 2 right there. And we'll plot these things. Negative 2, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 2, 2, negative 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And you can see once again they make a line. These ones are lines, so if one of your points seems out of place and is like not on a line, that means you need to go back and check it. For example, if I was to have a graph like this, and I got a point here, a point here, a point here, and a point there, let's just say, if I was to get this, that means these numbers were probably correct because they're on the same line, and I probably did something wrong here. So I would go back to my table. I'd go back to the table and either see if I plotted the point wrong or maybe I got the wrong number. But if you're seeing one of these things is not like the other, then just go back and check it. Okay. And then there's 2 more on here. So negative 3 plus 1, negative 1 plus 1, negative 0 plus 1, and negative 4 plus 1. Those are the things, right? Negative 3, negative 1, 0, 4. Feel free to pause or rewind at any time you need to if I'm going too fast. A negative makes a positive. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Same thing here, negative makes a positive. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 0, well, there's no such thing as negative 0, so you just get 1. And then 4, you get negative 4 plus 1 is equal to negative 3. Then you plot backwards 3, upwards go 4. Negative 1, positive 2. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, down go 3. And there you go. Like so. Let's try a calculator on this one. Once again, I recommend pausing it and trying it yourself. Okay, and the first number is negative 3. The second number is 0. The third number is 3. The last number is 6. Okay, plug them in. I got 2, 1, 0, negative 1. So pause and try to plot them if you didn't get that far. Okay. 1, 2, 3, positive 2, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 0, 6, negative 1. So it should look like that. There we go. Okay. In this next section, it's similar. It's just instead of a table, they're giving you the numbers right there. You're still going to do the same thing. You're replacing the x with these numbers individually. So you would have a 4 minus 5. You would have a 6 minus 5. You'd have an 8 minus 5. It's still the same thing. Here's the x, and it's saying x is these three things. So you're plugging in those three things. So x minus 5, so all of them are minus 5. And after that, you just do it. 4 minus 5 is -1. 6 minus 5 is +1. And 8 minus 5 is +3. So it says to find the range value. Remember, domain is x values, range is y values. That's definitions. So it is saying what are the y values. Here we go. The range is equal to -1, 1, and 3. Done. And that's all you do. You plug them in, and you get the answers. I'll do one more. Let's do number 10. So same thing, y equals 3/5 times -10 plus 2. Y equals 3/5 times, right, because you're plugging those in. So next up is 0 plus 2. And then y equals 3/5 times 5 plus 2. So those three numbers are the numbers that go in for x. The rest of the stuff stays the same. And if you want to use a calculator for that one, you can. 3/5 times -10 plus 2 is -4. Is 2 is 5. So the range is -4, 2, and 5. All right, I'll make an answer key available, but that is the lesson in itself. So you can try the other ones and see what you get. All right, hope this helps. See y'all next time.